I am Joey.
I'm John. You're up.
I'm Lucas Wexler.
I'm Cole Anderson.
I'm Owen Matthew.
And behind the camera, I'm Brian Romeo. In this video, we'll be talking about animal endangerment.
We'll talk about other situations like cars killing animals,
Poaching and overhunting, and habitat destruction.
Hundreds of thousands of animals are killed in the U.S. by being hit by cars. 26,000 to be exact. Larger animals such as deer that are hit by cars usually can endanger the driver.
Surprisingly, there are animals that are going extinct due to, in some degree, being hit by cars. An example would be panthers. Currently, there are only about 100 left. In addition, 2,349 large animals were killed on New Mexico's roads in 2001. This includes 30 black bears, 160 elk, and 600 deer.
Salting the roads during winter leads to all sorts of negative environmental effects. In some places, researchers have found the salt accumulates in the rumble strips on the highway, attracting animals like moose who want to lick it, causing them to become roadkill.
Meanwhile, in some cases, it's roadkill itself that attracts animals to the road. In South Africa study, the researchers found that spilled grain along one stretch of highway frequently lured mice. After they were hit by cars, their carcasses attracted scavenger birds, some of which became roadkill too.
Hunting is an activity which results in serious reduction of species or harm to wildlife. Hunting for sport or fun is a huge activity in various parts of the world.
The practice is legal in some places like the hunting safaris in Africa, while in others it is done illegally. The increase of human populations across the world has significantly increased, thereby seeing a high number of people encroaching into wild areas that has extensively led to poaching and mass hunting.
These are some of the most deliberate and continuous hunting activities that contribute to overhunting.
Since the 17th century, excessive hunting is recorded as the third most notorious cause of animal extinction. The World Wildlife Fund, WWF, reports that overhunting is responsible for 23% of extinctions. Many humans are forcing animals into extinction by overconsuming them or killing them for economic gains.
Historically, overhunting is the cause of the extinctions of giant lemurs and elephant birds in Madagascar, Miss Waldron's red colobus monkey in Ghana, moas in New Zealand, alagoas, curassow in northeastern Brazil, and giant kangaroos in Australia. When hunters make way into the forests or other wild areas, they destroy the natural environments and add carbon footprint by emitting carbon dioxide from their vehicles. The campsites set up upon arrival at the desired hunting locations also commonly lead to lots of littering. The smoke emitted from the campfires also negatively affects both wildlife and their natural environments.
Every year, about 0.2 million people are born.
100,000 homes are also built manually.
The land we destroy to make these houses takes a major toll on the environment and affects 85% of the local environment. And it's not just affecting the immediate habitat. A lot of local extinctions that cause animals to move out of areas are caused by habitat destruction.
Farming also causes habitat destruction with pesticides and inviting invasive plant lines. These farms may not be trying to destroy the environment and nor are the houses being built, but there are some easy alternatives to prevent and slow habitat destruction. The issue is pollution. 80% of oceanic pollution is land feed.
Also, 90% of wastewater and 70% of industrial waste that comes from developing countries is untreated.
6.5 tons of trash and rubbish are put into the ocean yearly. Half of that is plastic that won't degrade for hundreds of years.
All of that trash degrades and destroys the vast ocean ecosystem.
One of the ways we can help to prevent roadkill is to set up animal crosswalk systems shown here. There is evidence that these are effective.
93% by which desert tortoise roadkill was reduced after fencing and culverts were installed on one 15-mile stretch in Mojave Desert Highway. 40% by which deer vehicle collisions were reduced after installation of a deer crosswalk system in northeast Utah.
The best way to stop overhunting is to better enforce laws against overhunting, poaching, and the illegal animal trade.
Social media, the internet, and other platforms can be used to inform people of the repercussions of overhunting.
We can help solve the problem by supporting organizations that set aside land for endangered or overhunted animals. An example would be the National Park Association.
By going to a national park, you are supporting the National Park Association, which in turn helps protect more animals.
In addition, you can also help by supporting or funding other conservation agencies such as the World Wildlife Fund, the Wildlife Conservation Agency, Oceana, Conservation International, and International Fund for Animal Welfare, just to mention a few.